Welcome to the Daily Decant, your 5-minute briefing on the world of wine. Each episode delivers practical insights to help you choose, order, and talk about wine with more confidence in everyday social settings. Let's get into today's decant. 100 episodes. I've been thinking about how to start this one for a while, and I keep coming back to the same place. I don't want to make it a big production. I don't want it to feel like a performance of gratitude. But I just want to honestly talk to you for 5 minutes about what this show has meant, what I've learned, and where we're going. So that's what we're going to do today. When I started the Daily Decant, the premise was simple. 5 minutes or less a day, practical wine knowledge, no gatekeeping. I was looking for something that I couldn't find. As a millennial professional who had to entertain at business dinners and wanted to know a thing or two about wine to bring out a fun fact at parties or give a great, thoughtful gift, I couldn't find a resource that was easy to digest, short form, and something that I could have some practical takeaways from. So I created it, and that's the Daily Decant. I believed and still believe that wine is one of the most unnecessarily intimidating subjects in the world, and that the intimidation is almost entirely manufactured. The complicated vocabulary, the snobbery, the expectation that you already know things before anyone will explain them to you, none of that makes wine better. It just makes it less accessible, and I wanted to bring accessibility to wine for millennials who don't have all day to invest in educating themselves. So the show exists to push back against all of that. And 100 episodes in, I feel more committed to that mission than I did at the start. So here's what I've learned alongside you over these last 100 episodes. First thing, people are hungrier for real wine education than the industry gives them credit for. And millennials do still drink, believe it or not. People want information that's not dumbed down, not condescending, but real information delivered with respect for the listener's intelligence. Every time we've gone deep on a region or a producer or a grape variety, the response has been better than when we've stayed surface level. You want the detail. You want the nuance, and that has changed how I approach every episode. The second thing, pronunciation guides work, and I know I might not be perfect, but I really do try my best. And it sounds small, but the number of messages I've gotten from listeners who say they finally felt confident ordering wine in a restaurant because they know how to now say Gevrey Chambertin or Barbaresco or Albarino without hesitating is the whole point of the show in a single moment. Having that confidence at the table. That's what we're building. The third thing, value is the most important word in wine. Not cheap, not expensive, value. The relationship between quality and price is the question that matters most in the real world, and the wines that over-deliver, the Produttori del Barbaresco, the Mugo Reserva, the Cru Beaujolais, the Oregon Pinot at $40 are the ones I come back to again and again, and the one listeners respond to most. If you listener questions that have stuck with me, someone asked early on, why does wine have to be so serious? And the honest answer is that it doesn't. Wine is fermented grape juice. And it's also one of the most complex and fascinating agricultural products humans have ever made. Both of those things are true simultaneously, and the show lives in that space between them. Another listener asks, what's the one wine that changed how you think about the whole category? For me, it was a village-level Chambolle Musigny Mermier that I had at a tasting about 8 years ago, and it was the first time a wine made me genuinely stop talking in the middle of a sentence. That's the experience I'm trying to get you closer to. And by the way, I've been doing wine tastings since I was like 20 years old. Believe it or not, don't tell anybody. My 5 most memorable wines from the first 100 episodes, Val di Cava, Madonna del Piano Reserva 2016, the 98-point Brunello from the Wine Spectator Grand Tour that stopped the room cold, a wine I went back to multiple times just to confirm it was real, Giacomo Conterno Monfortino, the greatest Barolo ever made, discussed during Piedmont Week, a wine that requires decades of patience and rewards it beyond any reasonable expectation. Next, Zena Crown's Slope Pinot Noir from Eola Amity Hills, the New World Pinot Noir that earned 96 points at the Grand Tour and reminded the room that Oregon has fully arrived. Lopez de Heredia, Viña Tondonia Gran Reserva, the most original wine in Spain, a wine from the 1970s and 80s that tastes like nothing else in the world. And Pierre Piter's Blanc de Blancs, the grower champagne that made me understand what grower champagne actually means. Precision, minerality, a sense of place that no house blend can replicate. So what's coming in the next 100 episodes? Obviously, Rosé Week starts tomorrow. Sorry, we're giving you one less day of rosé content. And after 2 weeks of serious structure reds from Spain, I think we're all ready for something cold and pink. After that, the everyday drinker, a full week of wines under $25 that over-deliver. Then, Cabernet Sauvignon week, Napa to Bordeaux, to Tuscany to Chile, and even more after that. The show is really just getting started, and I love to hear all the questions, feedback, comments, everything that you guys want to share. Thank you for the first 100 episodes. It has been so much fun. Now, let's get back to work, and we'll see you tomorrow for Rosé Week. That's today's Daily Decant. If you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe and share with your friends so you can continue building your wine knowledge in just a few minutes a day. See you tomorrow for the next Decant.